Jim Schwartz is a guy that is really familiar with Mike Vrabel. He was actually a senior consultant for him when he was the defensive coordinator in Tennessee. Schwartz met with the media today, talked about the kind of impact that Mike Vrabel can have on this year's Browns.
I have a background with Braves from number one before, but also last 2 years in Tennessee. So I was sort of a second set of eyes for him and a sounding board for him and a fill gaps where needed guy. And Braves can do all those things. Anytime you're adding good coaches to your staff. He's spending most of his time on offense and special teams right now, but it's just a good resource for us. He'll make a major contribution to our team.
Tim, people are probably sick of me saying I think he was one of the best coaches in the NFL, and the fact that he doesn't have a job as a head coach shocks me.
Yeah, I mean, people saying Bill Belichick not having a job is shocking. It makes no sense that Mike Vrabel's not a head coach somewhere this year. I mean, the job he did in Tennessee, taking a team with Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback all the way to the AFC Championship game, beating a Ravens team on the road with Lamar Jackson as the MVP and blowing them out, in fact, to do it. I mean, that's a tremendous credit to Mike Vrabel and the job he did with the Titans, really getting the most out of that team. I think the reasons, obviously, he's gone is that they just weren't able to sustain it. They were never able to find that high-end quarterback to complement Derrick Henry and the play of that defense before it really kind of all fell apart. And now you got Tennessee going in a rebuild. But for the Browns, obviously having Mike Vrabel around, in the practice field, in the offices, and film study, obviously we won't see him on Sundays, certainly, but the fact that he's going to be there the other 6 days of the week, it's just such an invaluable resource because of just how effective he is. He's been as a head coach because of how smart he is, because of how much he's seen. That's just such a great resource. And the fact that we've heard it from multiple coaches throughout the start of training camp just tells you just how significant that addition has been. And it certainly should play a role in success this season.
Yeah, and they've come out and said he won't have a role on game day. That's unfortunate because I think he's one of the best in-game coaches in the NFL as well.